Welcome to Cajun Country in Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns will put toe to leather and will get started. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Irish offense will take the field to start this game. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did. He was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
Well, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup. And, you know, you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get his.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So the Louisiana Raging Cajuns offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There are a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him? Breaks into the other.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards.
Trying to run the way. Touchdown, Raging Cajun. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll start the return inside his spot. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Here come the Irish back on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Fires left. It's caught. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Under fire. Man, did he pay for it, but that hit as he got rid of the ball. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Already Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll try the run. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to play that pushing passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Flushed out of the pocket. Got a little space. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And, man, that's impressive because I feel like this QB, he knew it, Reese. Like, he knew exactly where he needed to get to. He drops back. He wants to pass the football, but he's like, I got plenty of space to get the first down with a little extra, makes that decision, and gets the first down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, running back on the move. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Trying the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And the Raging Cajuns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Intercepted for the 11th time. Trying to take it back. The 30. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. It's complete. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Looking for the tie with the extra point. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such a great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The Raging Cajuns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. This time they'll go to the running game. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you've already seen him make a critical mistake earlier in the ball game, and you're going to make more of them if you don't make your feet a priority. Just pause for a second. Steady those feet. Get them quiet. Now I can make a more accurate throw.
Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback.
Trying to get it in. Touchdown, Louisiana. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overwhelming
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Back to pass, it's Edwards. Got his man. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. The run to the left. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense picks it up. Touchdown, Cajuns. The defense putting points on the board.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on first down. He's going to take off. Got a first down. Turning it on.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And now on second down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. They're working that left side. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. A strike downfield. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Encroachment defense.
Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. First down and 5 after the penalty. Wants to keep it in the air. Flips it out on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. And the Heat gets there. And they get it down at the 14-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left. He's dragged down at the 12. Chip shot field goal range, but might they go for it here on field goal. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. Hold on just a second.
First foul.
Back down. Let's see what's up with that. Might be the worst case scenario for this defense. Thought they'd held them to 3. Now the offense with a chance for more. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll move the tight end. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pressure coming. Had to get rid of it quickly. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Man, the last thing you want after controlling the ball, moving it down the field, is to have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's 3rd and goal. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
And this one sails through just inside that left upright. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Louisiana has it back in the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical.
Going for it all. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the 1st half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Here we go. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Ready to go here in the 2nd half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the 2nd half.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the 2nd half if you're on defense.
And the Raging Cajuns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. grabbed over the middle. It's Sexton. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
He's got 67 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. The Raging Cajuns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
And the Raging Cajuns with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. They'll run the screen. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him dig him in.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Flips it out in the flat. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And the QB just makes it look easy. Drop back, surveys the field, makes the correct decision, throws the ball where his receiver can catch it, doesn't put it in harm's way. That's a really good quarterback making it look easy.
Quarterback just flat, missed it, incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the 2nd half to throw any completions.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Here's a heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so... One-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got him downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on 3rd down brings us to 4th.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. On target to the left. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity. Take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking to throw, it's Edwards. He's got an open man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Get it out on the screen. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the period. It's Louisiana in the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Notre Dame talked it over, and here's what they have on 4th down to start the 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession.
Oh, he's got some space. 30, at the 20. Touchdown, Louisiana. And the pummeling has started. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Colorado State is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said...
The give and tick, 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 tick. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
From the gun, the ground game. Breaks the tackle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop. And if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. Powers through.
On the set.
From the gun, the running back has it. At the 40, there we go. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Raging Cajuns, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game. The defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.